Howdy folks, I haven't done a posting in a while, so I thought I'd do a little update just so folks know that I'm still alive. Not unfortunately working on the show right now because I'm out of funds, but I have funds on their way. I never ended up selling any shares. I just decided to put the project on hold and struggle along with my bar. Uh, it is what it is. I'm moved to the front now, so I have a bigger location. And I'm going to do a little Valentine's Day dance for singles, get some expats into some Filipinas. I mean, get them together, But, no, I haven't done any work since we're back from Thailand on the show at all. Just zero funds. And I have still started networking with other expats out here. Definitely met some very interesting ones. But, no, the real, interesting part, for lack of a better term, of my January was just how dead it is here in January. See, for those who know me in North America, they know I close all my businesses January, February, first 2 weeks of March, because people are broke after New Year's, after Christmas. There's no point in being open. Here it's even worse. They don't celebrate New Year's by going out. It's a family event. And they overextend themselves hardcore to show off for families, so they're completely poor for all of January. So it's not just my business, but all the businesses. Half of the stores in my plaza didn't even bother to open for most of January. And now it's February 6th, and half of them are still not open. So it is what it is. And I have, because I moved to the front, I was going to keep open, and I've been collecting more Westerners, but not enough to pay the bills, of course. So depending on if the money I'm hoping comes doesn't materialize, let's say by April 1st, I might have to think about selling some shares then, but in the show. So for anyone who would like to get involved in that, who follows these videos, give me an email. I haven't received any email either for questions from any of the Thailand videos, so I noticed some of them are missing, so I think I must have said something wrong or broke some rule of YouTube, who knows. I'm trying not to swear in any of them now, just in case that's what it is, even though I've heard swear words in other YouTube videos, but without really knowing what their rules are, I'm trying to avoid breaking any of them. So I'm still in Ginseng, which I like, and in my personal life, I've developed a few new things, that I thought were going to work to my benefit, but so far haven't. And I don't want to say I want to abandon the Philippines, because I do like it here, but I may get stuck going back to Canada in May till September, just to liquidate some stuff, pick up more of my personal effects, and run the fish markets. Also, with the victory of Mr. Trump in the States, he's doing so many wonderful things. The idea, of course, I don't ever want to get political on this page, but for those of you who do know who I really am, or who I was before I started making cartoons and toys, there has been requests from some of my allies back home to come back and get back involved in the game, and I don't know if I want to, but just like they also kind of want me to go onto the dark web and find my old YouTube channels postings, see if I could salvage some of them. I was at 3,000 plus posts on the old channel, which had 6 million subscribers, which they took away during COVID, which I don't normally talk about on this because it's not related to that topic. It was a political channel. But, so anyone who knows me from there, who maybe I recognize, because now I look completely different. I'm baby-faced, I'm bald. But, I do appreciate the support, so thanks. Because I did have one or two people shoot me a comment saying they saw these posts and asked if I was the same person. So, yes. And if there's this option that my country, Canada, will be absorbed by the states, I would rather see us be broken into 5 states, keep our health care, keep our no guns everywhere. Yeah, you know, see if any of that happens, I guess, because, you know, there are some benefits to Canada, that's for sure. But definitely what Mr. Trump is doing in America is exactly what it needed. As I joke with the locals here, the daddy's home. That's really what it seems like, is North America has been without any real leadership or anyone with common sense at all for so long. That's why it's decayed so much, and that's why I'm over here. I just couldn't stand to stay there. So to have it be resolved like that is quite nice. But what happens is, for those of you who do know the other page and the kind of postings I do there, I'm never been a fan of becoming an American. No offense to any of my American friends and subscribers, but the idea under the old regime of joining them is just crazy. Once again, goes back to the healthcare. I mean, even a farmer keeps his animals alive to slaughter. I don't understand any government that doesn't give healthcare, and I would never want to pay a dime of taxes to any government that wasn't. The least you can do if you're going to tax me is keep me alive. And then the second thing is that I don't think that crazy people with no skills or knowledge on how to handle firearms should have them. Now, I'm not saying that the public shouldn't have them. I think there are responsible people who get trained, who have a background in them. They're more than happy. Like here in the Philippines, any local can have a gun. There's even signs on most stores saying don't bring your gun inside because it's so common open carry here, right? All the security guards are carrying shotguns and pistols. But there isn't any crime violence, gun violence here, at least not that I've seen. Like, I've never heard of an illegal discharge. And I walk through the city, as you see right now. I'm walking through a city in the middle of the night, crime-free. Why? Because same reason why Sweden doesn't have a problem, or Switzerland, which have very liberal gun laws, is you're not just having the thugs have the weapons. And everybody can have them. So you don't know if robbing that guy or that grandma is going to lead to her shooting you back. Or some other good Samaritan saving your bacon. So, however, if nobody has them, that's also good in the sense of what we do in Canada, right? I mean, we have hunting rifles, we have police with firearms, but of course, those of you who know who I really am and what my opinions are, is I don't think they should have guns either. They should all just be on tasers because, you know, you can't get justice from a dead con and you can't interrogate a dead con. So you kind of want to make sure the cops aren't killing potential suspects. But, you know, that's, I don't want to get into this topic on this channel, obviously. What happens, though, is, end of the day, I just wanted to touch base. And since so much is going on in the world, I mean, we just almost had a little trade war with the States, which, you know, wasn't unreasonable. Close your border. Guard your border. If you don't, we're going to tax you. We're going to tariff you. That's all fair. That makes sense. So it's one of these things where I am glad our lame duck PM in Canada has done the right thing. I wish he'd hurry up and leave. But of course, you know. And I ran into people who, I ran into a Canadian just yesterday, actually, a girl from North Bay, which was awesome because you very rarely see white females over here. And she was telling me how, you know, even up in the north there, they're all, oh yeah, Pierre. Paulinov, you know, the guy who's the conservative leader, which is a great guy. But, you know, once again, my opinion is all three of the big parties are bought and paid for by the same special interests. So as great as a guy he is, he's not talking any really conservative ideas. He's not talking about bringing back capital punishment. He's not talking about stopping cops from narcanning and ambulance services from narcanning junkies. Like over here in the Philippines, they have a guy who was president called Duterte. A magnificent man. Can't say enough good things about him. Because he did what you have to do. Which I'm not going to get into on this channel, because once again, this is not a political channel. But I definitely strongly suggest anybody look into Duterte. And be careful, don't just read from left-wing sites. Read from multiple sites. But he did. That's why you don't see any needles here. That's why there isn't a massive drug problem here. And I really like it. That's why I'm here. Like I said, I'm walking home an hour plus in the middle of the night. And there's no problems. You can't walk around in most areas in Canada during the day with no problems in any city. So, A plus B, unfortunately equals C. So, I've postponed the toys until the show's done, at least the first 2 episodes. And it looks like Netflix has a reprieve. They've upped their sales prices in order to stave off going belly up. And my content creation guy was all like, no, we're still waiting on your project. So obviously I still have some sort of future there to post it up on there and get that contract. So, which of course once it does will change my stripes. Now I had been staying out of the whole woman scenario, just like I did in Thailand. I didn't get together with any of these Thai girls or anything like that. And those who know me from my other channel know that I have a pretty big libido, so and I'm definitely not shy. And I have some pretty liberal ideology when it comes to marriages and relationships and things. But mostly it was over here. I just didn't want to complicate my existence. And I will maybe do another posting about some of that kind of stuff separately. But yeah, it's been a real challenge over here for that kind of stuff, because I admit I am very lonely. In January, when I first came back from Thailand, one of these street dogs that I feed scraps to at my shop brought me a beautiful, adorable little puppy covered in ticks and fleas. And from those of you who know me from my other channel and my white pugs, I have a soft spot for white dogs, and this dog was super cute. Not a pug, but still all white. So I looked at it as a little bit almost like a karmatic sign, since I'm lonely over here too. They gave me a little puppy right from the gods. I joked with my local friends, and I cleaned her up and got rid of all the ticks, got rid of all the fleas. She's really good about not pooping or peeing in the house after like the first week. Died of parvo. So it's very bad because most of the places here don't do vaccinations, and as anyone will tell you who is dealing with puppies, no matter where you are in the world, vaccinations for puppies are actually important. And parvo is something that's so easy for them to get just from sniffing another dog's poop. Because the vaccinated dog, the vaccines for dogs are actual vaccines, meaning if you're vaccinated, you can't catch the illness even if you're carrying it and spreading it. So what happens is parvo, a dog that's been vaccinated against parvo, can't catch it, but can carry it. So it can be pooping parvo poop. Your dog smells it, gets it on its nose. Now your dog has it. So it is really important to get some of these vaccines for sure. So yeah, my little puppy, I called her Pearl, died. I'll try and put a post maybe of her up in another video, or attached as a still at the end of this one if I can get that program working. Because that's the other problem, is January 15th, Microsoft did a update to Windows 10 that has now locked me out of all my personal codes, passwords, and websites because I don't have all of them memorized and I can't get into my profile. I can use my computer for a guest profile. I can watch shows on free sites like YouTube and whatever, but I can't get into my actual files. Although, on a good note, for those of you who have been following this channel, I do have my real North American SIM card back, active and usable. So it means I was able to get OTP codes to, file my taxes with my government, sign into bank accounts and things like that. So that was useful. But I did stuff for like 2.5 months of none of that. So part of the reason why I'm so broke now. And unfortunately too, because my son didn't want to pay any bills while I was gone to try and, not agree with anything Dad says, I lost one of my accounts. And one of the things I do advise for people coming overseas to any country is have 2 or 3 accounts. Because 2 or 3 accounts allows you to dance money around between them, and not rely on just one. Especially if you're in a country like, if you guys remember my Cambodia video, I couldn't use my CIBC account, but I could use my Bank of Montreal one. So having multiple accounts allows you to kind of juggle things around. So now I'm down to, unfortunately, just one, because Bank of Montreal, out of the blue, decided to shut me down because I hadn't used the account in a while and it was smallly overdrafted. Now, disappointing, because my government monies, taxes and such, go into that account. So if I had that account open when my refund comes in, it would have been paid up, no problem. But if I go back in May, obviously I can just open up another account. It's just like I've learned now, if you do get a Filipina pregnant over here, you bring her home here to Canada, and you give birth to the child there, you're eligible for child tax credit, even if you bring the kid back here. Very useful information. So, I'll open up a separate bank account, and so I have a second account again, because I can't have just one account. Maybe even open two or more, just have them as surpluses, drop like 500 in each one so they have a balance. And that's like emergency money. The other side of it is, I don't know how I'm going to get paid through Netflix. I don't know if I'm going to get them to mail me a check that I try to cash over here in USD, or have them deposit into a Canadian bank account. I guess when the show's done, I'll get to that point and I'll figure that out. But for now, I'm just not even going that far ahead. Really just trying to get stuff done and survive day to day until that cash influx comes in. And then, like I said, if it doesn't, I'll start selling percentages and we'll go from there. But I don't want to make a crazy long video. We're at 17 minutes, it says here. Plus I'll add a few pictures at the end. Maybe a little scene from the show, just to have. So I'm going to stand here now and wait for behind my Chowking, wait for a scooter to take me home. Like, follow, subscribe. Feel free to send me questions. I haven't had any questions for the mailbag. I would have done another mailbag video, but I just thought, since I haven't been hearing from anybody, maybe people have given up on the channel because I'm not posting. Or like some of the other Canadians who have contacted me, they really want me to get back into the political channel, which I guess I'd love to hear what you people think. Is there enough political commentary channels on the web that I don't need to do that? Or do any of the fans from those old channels want me to? So, like, follow, subscribe.